Gentlemen. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. If I could have your attention, please. We're going to call to order the ceremony, the presentation ceremony. It's approximately 5:02 p.m. First, we're going to have Ms. Yvonne Knowles, a presentation from Miami-Dade County Historic Preservation Award. Ms. Knowles.
Good afternoon, Mayor. Would you come please step down for this presentation? And Begonia Cazales, our PIO officer. Thank you. Thank you. The third annual Miami-Dade County Historic Preservation Board Awards were presented recently in Pinecrest Gardens. The County Historic Preservation Board voted to recognize the City of Homestead and the Homestead Historic Preservation Board with excellence in preservation media for the pamphlet that I'm sure many of you have seen, Homestead Then and Now. Begonia Gonzalez, PIO officer for the City of Homestead, and I were invited to the ceremony to receive this plaque. This is quite an honor, as we were in some exalted company. Lincoln Theater in Miami Beach received the Outstanding Commercial Rehabilitation Restoration Award. The Friends of Miami Marine Stadium received the Organizational Excellence Award for Historic Preservation Advocacy. 301 Mendoza residents received the Outstanding Residential Rehabilitation Award. Turnkey Construction received the Excellence in Preservation Construction and Management Award. The Sky Museum and Gardens was cited for achieving excellence in preservation of a public historic site. And Trinity Cathedral was recognized for outstanding civic rehabilitation revitalization. Homestead Then and Now is in its second printing and soon to begin its third edition. We are beholden to our local historians Bob Jensen, Ruth Campbell, and George Grunwald for fact-checking the text, and to Kim Foster Designs for the unique look of the publication. According to Merriam-Webster, the definition of a pamphleteer is one who is attacking something or urging a cause. In the case of this little pamphlet, we are urging a cause of education and appreciation of those who came before. Homestead history is indebted to the men and women who built the schools, the churches, the farms, the orchards, and railroad, and a town out of some of the most inhospitable terrain in all of this country. How proud they would be to see Homestead as she looks today. We want to thank Begonia and the City of Homestead for making this project possible. Thank you very much. Quickly. And the award reads, the Miami-Dade County Historic Preservation Board presented to the City of Homestead Excellence in Preservation Media for Homestead Then and Now. Should have gone through this testing of the plastic first. Mayor, thank you so much.
Next, we have a proclamation to Alpha Delta Kappa month. Is there someone here? It's my honor tonight to be able to, on behalf of the City Council, to present a proclamation to these two ladies. And the proclamation reads, whereas receiving an education is a universal right, obligating states to promote excellence in educators and to champion their work, and whereas women both at home and abroad have offered their energy, talent, and leadership in support of this right as professional educators, and whereas Alpha Delta Kappa is an international honorary organization of women educators dedicated to educational excellence, altruism, and world understanding. And whereas more than 3,000 33,000 women educators have been honored with membership in Alpha Delta Kappa around the world, including in Homestead with the Florida chapter. And whereas Alpha Delta Kappa has built fraternal fellowship among women in the field of education and strengthened the status of educators by promoting high standards of excellence, thus contributing to world understanding, goodwill, and peace. And whereas the City of Homestead is endlessly grateful for the contributions of women educators in our community, recognizing that Alpha Delta Kappa has enriched and affirmed all of our lifelong educations. Therefore, now I, Jeff Porter, the mayor of the City of Homestead, do hereby proclaim the month of October 2014 Alpha Delta Kappa Month in Homestead. Would you like to say something? No? Okay, congratulations. Thank you. Thank you so much. We're too shy to say anything, so thank you very much for being here. Sorry, Vice Mayor? Whatever.
Today I have the pleasure of presenting the certificate of appreciation to Robert Chaplin. If Robert Chaplin would come on up. We've had a couple big projects going here in the city of Homestead. We've had the breaking ground in the new city hall. We had the passage of the bond referendum. We had all these historic moments that have been taking place. And one of the things I noticed was that a lot of our staff members, we all have cameras, but they don't all necessarily know how to use them. And so one of the things that's going on is we have these historic occasions that are going on, and in the future, some of these events and some of these pictures could be the pictures that capitalize and show what Homestead, what they were going through. And so I thought it was important to see if we could maybe, get them some workshops or classes to make sure that they can document it correctly. And so I called a friend of mine, Robert Chaplin, who is part of R.L. Chaplin Photography, and he does workshops. So I gave him a call and I said, Robert, can you come and maybe teach our staff how to use a camera, the basics, and improve their camera taking or picture taking ability? He said, no problem. I said, well, how much would it cost? He said, for the city of Homestead, nothing. I'm going to do it free of charge. Give back to the city. He's also a two-time president of the Rotary Club of Homestead, so he knows about service to his community. And so I have a certificate of appreciation for two things. That's one of them. The second is, in addition to that, he's also taken on a leadership role, and he's helped form a new camera club here in the city of Homestead, or in South Florida. And it's something that we've really missed here in our city. It's something that otherwise you had to go up the road to do. So it's an amenity that we needed, and he took on the leadership role and said he would help form it, he would help create it and get the people together. And so he created the South Florida National Parks Camera Club, which is also called SFNPCC. They had their first organizational meeting a few weeks ago. They have their first official members meeting coming up on November 6th, and it'll be in Everglades National Park. And the purpose of this camera club is to focus on the national parks in a way of kind of drawing attention to our natural jewels and wonders that we have here in South Florida. So with that, I'll read the certificate, and I'll turn the podium over to Mr. Chaplin to say a few words. Certificate of Appreciation, presented to Robert Chaplin, for your generosity to the staff of the City of Homestead, Mayor, and Council, in teaching the ins and outs of digital camera, what it means to the historical record of our city, elected officials and events, and understanding the concept of the photograph. Thank you for not only teaching the course at no charge to the city, but also for making it enjoyable as well as educational. Your photography expertise and volunteerism to the City of Homestead has been unwavering and unsurpassed. And also for your leadership, desire, enthusiasm as founding director of the newly formed South Florida National Parks Camera Club. This local club will provide an outlet for our local photographers to meet like-minded individuals to share, discuss, and expand their knowledge about photography while learning about and helping to promote our neighboring national parks. Thank you very much.
He wasn't in my class, right?
No, he wasn't. He's new.
Okay. Well, everybody, thank you very much, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. this new camera club thing, our main purpose is to give back to the city of Homestead and support the national parks. I see some park people back there, where we meet at different places, but right now we'll be meeting at the Everglades Association. Somebody came to me from Homestead Center for the Arts and said, we need a camera club down here. And I said, okay, what do you want me to do? He said, I'd like you to form a camera club. Well, let me tell you how smart I am. I don't know what I'm doing, but I know who to ask. I went to Vice Mayor Shelley. He's a director. I went to Dale Machezik of the News Leader, and Jim Sutton, and then a friend of mine from up the road, Bob Richardson. And we put our heads together and come up and formed a camera club. So, Vice Mayor Shelley, I appreciate your help on that. Dale's not here, and some of the other folks aren't here. But let me tell you where that dies. If we don't have people stepping in to be officers in this club doesn't make it. And we did have people step in on the very first night. I proposed it with Stephen, or Vice Mayor Shelley. We had people step in and said, yes, I want to help. And one of them is back there in the back. It's Jason Eldridge. He's our president of the SFNPCC. Welcome. Thanks, Jason. He said, stand up. Yeah, there you go. So this could have, the directors can have an idea and have a vision, but if we don't have people stepping in to help out, it dies on the vine, and we just load up our trucks and go. But we've got great people in good positions. Freddie Skelt is our treasurer. Kelly Bouchelern, both of those she's our vice president. Both those guys live in Homestead, and then we have a young lady from up the road who has stepped in to be our secretary. So I appreciate the opportunity to serve this community, and we invite everybody to come out, including the council assistants. If you want to learn more about your cameras and photography, join us. You go to sfnpcc.org. Did I do that right, Jason? He said SFNPCC rolls off the tongue. Go to .org to get more information, or just Google South Florida National Parks Camera Club. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, Vice Mayor.
Mayor, I'm still missing one person for my next presentation, so if we can defer for mine. Thank you.
Ms. Faircloth?
It's lonely up here. Come join me. Okay. I am always so blessed to be in a community and to recognize businesses that give back to a community when it doesn't necessarily correlate with the mission of the particular business. And we have several of those businesses here in the city of Homestead, but tonight the spotlight is on Lowe's. They have a tagline of Lowe's, never stop improving, but I dare say Lowe's, never stop giving. So my good friend here, and one of my spiritual mentors, Mr. Brock Schiffer, will highlight some of the ways that Lowe's not just have this lofty slogan, but they live it every day by the good deeds and the missions and the manner in which they give back to the Homestead community.
Good evening. The Bible teaches us that it truly is more blessed to give than receive. I know a few businesses in this community for at least the 3 years that I've been involved with them that have truly given freely almost any time that you ask. Now, it does help when I go in asking for the military. Since my friend over here is married to a military person, that gives me a little extra clout. But my relationship with Lowe's actually started 3 years ago when I was asked if I wouldn't help re-roof a church in West Homestead, a church that was home to almost 250 people. A church that had a leaking roof for 5 years, and we went in there. We were told we could do it in a long weekend. 3 months later, we had it completed because it was all volunteer. Lowe's was there the entire time with manpower, with helping out, with product. It has been extraordinary. That having set the agenda for this community, I've gone back on countless times as our church has had the privilege of coming alongside and adopting Campbell Elementary School, whose principal is here this evening. We have had 3 extraordinary work days over there. Lowe's has been right there. In fact, I'd like to call these ladies the mavens of mulch, because they have given so much to this community, so much to what we've tried to do. And it's a real joy and a real pleasure to honor them for all that they mean to our community. Amy Sawinski, Tori Lawton, I said Taunton, yes, and Thelma Fornell, the principal. Would you give them a warm welcome?
Okay. So on behalf of our mayor and council, I would like to present this certificate of appreciation for your invaluable contributions towards building a better community, one project at a time. Okay, this is for the kids. If you can please join me at the podium, this time in the board of directors, Susan Newman, Larry Roth, Tony Garcia, Alyssa. I think all of you know by now, I am all about the kids. So it's just a pleasure for me to stand alongside of this group that is committed to our kids. And Mr. Larry Roth and his team just facilitated another awesome rockin' Rib Fest, and I mean that in every sense of the word, because we were in fact rocking over there at Harrisville on October 4th, correct? So those organizations that are recipients of the net proceeds of that event are here on this evening, and they will be recognized by my good friend, Larry Roth. Larry, take it away.
Thank you, Patricia. All right. And we're back again for another year. This year was very successful for us. I want to say that the Homestead Rockin' Fest was created to raise funds and awareness for local 501c3 charities in our community that specifically cater to children. And I want to bring up our charities right now. The first one is Patches PPEC. Come on up. This is Joni, one of the founders of Patches PPEC. And she's bringing up Emily with her, and that's good because we're going to talk about Emily in a few minutes too. Open House Ministries, Wanda. Now they take care of children after school. They do a lot of homework practice with kids, and they also have a Pay It Forward program that they operate there too. Good Hope Equestrian Training Center. This is Peggy Bass. For those of you that don't know about the Good Hope Equestrian Center, it's located out here in the Redlands, and they specialize in therapy and for children and adults. Actually, you guys were featured on a national newscast, weren't you? NBC Nightly News was down and did a story on them, which is, you know, great for our area. And then we have Swim for Jenny. This is Susie. Swim for Jenny is actually a Miami-Dade County program that teaches children how to swim. They recently cut that funding out, and the money that we're giving them tonight will help a lot of kids learn how to swim in our area. And then I want to thank a lot of people. There's a lot of people that help us put this event on. And they deserve to be noticed and recognized. First, I want to start off with Mayor Jeff Porter. Thank you, sir, for your support out there. I know you spent a lot of time out there that day, and you had a good time. Vice Mayor Stephen Shelley, thank you for your support. Councilman Burgess, Patricia Fairclough McCormick, of course. Judy Waldman as well. Elvis Maldonado, he was our special guest out there this year. He was actually a judge at the Rib Fest. And I actually asked him, I said, did I give you too much food that day? He said, yeah, give me some more. Also, I'd like to thank James Laurent from Homestead Park and Recreation, also Dennis Maytan, and also Homestead Solid Waste Department because of the Rib Fest. There's a lot of trash. Those guys did a fantastic job for us. There's a few people I want to point out that did some special things for us at the event. Bonnie Moran, if all of you know who Bonnie Moran is, maybe you don't. She's that lady with that camera. She's always in your face taking your picture. Romy from Community Bank of Florida, Tracy Lovett from the South Day News Leader, and former Miss Homestead, Carla Duke. Now, these are the sponsors that really stepped up and helped us. These are the guys that give us money that make it possible for us to put this event on. The more money we can raise through sponsorships, which cover our expenses, is more money that we can give to the charities through ticket sales and other things that we do. The Homestead Ties Company Realtors, Steve DeGrave, and the Homestead Hotspot Stick and Steins, Fat Monkey Bar, Flagler Martini Bar, and the Dade Country Jail. That dude's busy. He's got a lot of things to take care of over there. We got Homestead Hospital, Community Bank of Florida, Alton Madison Property Management. We see a couple of those guys here today, Charles Galitza and Sal Galitza. We've got Attorney John Moss, First National Bank of Florida, Miami-Dade College, the South Dade News Leader, Homestead Miami Speedway, Jim Pierce of Pierce & Bowen Accounting, Leslie Burkhead of the Kai's Company, South Dade Toyota, Florida City Center, David Worth of the Kai's Company, Bob Hilson Roofing, and the Big Cheese. Those of you that don't know the Big Cheese, they're back. They're better than ever. They had their great grand opening last night. The food was fabulous. A ton of people were out there, so congratulations to those guys, Patrick and Lizette, for coming out here tonight and supporting us and for your grand opening yesterday. We also had Debbie Albert from the title company Homestead, Impact Sign Design Company, Advanced AC and Duct Cleaning, the Homestead Rodeo Association, Upfront Marketing, All Air and Appliances, Lucky Meat 2, Lumo Print, RP Smith Plumbing, Bistro Fusion Restaurant, and Hotel Redland. Also want to take an opportunity to thank Todd Todkin from Channel 10, WPLG. They actually took us out there and put us live on the television with Big Pig Barbecue, who's in the audience tonight. Actually, Big Pig Barbecue won first place in 2 categories. What was it, Mark? Best rib and best brisket, right? Way to go, man. 3 years it took you, but you got there. Also, we had, they also showed the event on a Saturday morning, and they actually talked about our event the next day. I think Todd was actually one of our judges out there and had a great time. There were many volunteer organizations that came out and helped us as well. The Rotary Club of Homestead actually did a 50-50 raffle and raffled off tickets to an upcoming Homestead Miami Speedway race, and they actually presented us with a check for $500. Thank you, Rotary. I see Larry Dale's here. I believe you're the president of the Rotary Club. Is that correct? Way to go. We had the South Dade News Leader also had many raffle prizes. They actually gave us a check for $356. All that money gets put into the pot, and it gets divided equally amongst the 4 charities. City Year also supplied, City Year is a cool organization that helps with school kids. They supplied 30 volunteers who spent most of the day with us. Kiwanis Club of Homestead of South Dade supplied volunteers, and I'll talk about them in a minute. We also had, and this event is geared towards bringing our community together, bringing charities together, and allowing these organizations to share the information about themselves with others. We had these organizations will promote their causes, make contacts that will help them in the future. Some sold tickets. I think you saw Sir Optimus was out there. They had a golf cart. They'll raffle up at the upcoming Burger Brawl November 15th on Chrome Avenue from 6 to 10. Jim Arbaugh was out there. He sold wreaths for the fallen soldiers, and he also had his Tough Enough to Wear Pink support the Todd t-shirts out there. Now, I don't know if all of you know about this, but the Kai's Company started this Tough Enough to Wear Pink program 6 or 8 months ago. Tony got on board with that, and we do that every week as a support for cancer awareness. Unique Hearts Foundation Autism Awareness was out there. Angie Squire and DJ Allen P. And Suzanne Moe with Community Art Cool Ties. I heard about them, invited them to the event, and I want to thank them for being a part of what we do. Okay, now moving on to the money part, which is why these people are here. They want their money. Kiwanis Homestead and South Dade supplied volunteers and manned the gate this year, and they've done that for the last 3 years. They do a great job out there. And I want to, before I give the check out, I want to bring up Charles Galitza. He's, for those who don't know, he's the governor of the state of Florida for Kiwanis. That's a huge, huge thing. So I wanted to invite him up as I present this check. Susan Newman, who's one of my board of directors, is also a Kiwanian, and their effort raised them $815 for this year's Rib Fest. And we have a check for them. And we'll talk about the pig here in a few minutes, too.
Thank you. It's all about me and the money.
That's right. She's the money lady. We added a scholarship opportunity to this year's Rib Fest. After many inquiries, one student stepped up, and I want to thank her. Emily Butterfield. It took a lot of convincing, but she did it. She actually sold 24 tickets, and all the tickets she sold, she gets half of the money. Those tickets are $10 each. So she earned a scholarship for $120. The other half of the money is going to Patches, along with a $5 donation she received. So Emily Butterfield is our first scholarship recipient of the Rib Fest, and we want you guys to help us make this grow. So where's she at? Come on up. This is Emily Butterfield. She's in her first year at Miami-Dade Community College. She also works at Patches. She works at Patches also part-time. So thank you, Emily. Patches thanks you, and I thank you for what you've done. Now, as normal, each charity has an opportunity to pre-sell tickets to the event. For every ticket they sell, they would get $5 of that ticket. The rest goes into the pot and gets divided up amongst the other charities. Good Hope Equestrian Training Center, Peggy Bass, they sold 115 tickets. They received $575. Where that? Hey. The second Open House Ministry sold 70 tickets. They received $350. Swim for Jenny sold 30 tickets and receives $150. Patches sold 30 tickets, and along with Emily's contribution, they received $275. So we can give them those checks now, right? While he's doing that, this is the moment that I look forward to, and all of us that put this event together. The overall ticket sales, money's left over from the sponsors and donations. After the expenses that we incur to put the event on, these events are not cheap to put on, not including the pre-sale efforts of each of the charities. Each charity is going to receive $4,036.68 for a total of $18,431.72 that we gave away this year. Congratulations, y'all. And I just want to add that over the last 3 years, the combined total is over $43,000 that we've raised and given back to different charities throughout the community. And it's all about the heart and what we feel about our community. I know that these people standing behind me, Charles, Tony, Kim, Sue, Elisa, the pig, all care about giving back. Next year's Rib Fest planning is already underway. Save the date. It's October the 3rd, 2015, Harrisfield Pavilion. We will be having a Name the Mascot contest as we get closer to the event. Huh? Oh, here he is. The pig. Everybody wants to know who the pig is. Pig's my son. Trust me, community service hours come in handy. We're giving a prize for the winner of that contest. We're going to give away some free tickets and some actual rib sampling coupons. We would also like to invite at this time any 501c3 charity that caters to children to submit their organizations as recipients for next year's event. We'll begin contacting those organizations that contact us in April of next year to do the vetting process that we go through. We'll narrow down those choices and the board will select the next year's recipients in June of some time. We also want to expand our scholarship program as well. We had a hard time getting kids in, or maybe it's the timing or whatever. If anybody has any ideas of how we can help expand this, the kids receive this money, they have to work for it a little bit, and it goes to good causes as well. Anybody wants to contact me, they can. They can go to our website, which is homesteadribfest.org. They can contact me directly at 305-979-8424. And if anybody doesn't know who I am, my name is Larry. I'm with This Is For The Kids, Inc. I'm with the Kai's Real Estate Company. I've been in Homestead over 22 years. I love everything about Homestead. I love the direction our town is going into. I think this council and mayor have done a great job in guiding us and setting up that new city hall in downtown Homestead. That thing, if you haven't driven by there, go by there. It's fabulous. It's going up fast. It looks like it's been done efficiently. It's well planned, and I commend you guys. Thank you all very much. Please come out and support the Homestead Rib Fest next year. Please bring your organizations to us so we can help you guys next year. Thank you very much.
Yeah, right here.
Larry, I want to thank you for your efforts and what a great job you guys are doing and the great causes you're taking care of. It's really greatly appreciated. Ms. Fairclough, thanks for bringing that forward. Mr. Maldonado?
Thank you, Mayor. Good evening, everyone. Two presentations that I have today. The first presentation, it's a recognition to the Homestead Police Department. I'm going to ask Major Scott Kennedy, Officer Alyssa Barker, and Officer Robbie Tate to please join me up here. We just had our first Celebrating Safe Communities. Wait for them to come back. You guys have my back. Homestead's finest here. I feel better already. Chief, you got a great group of folks here, and I really appreciate that you let us borrow. This past Saturday was the first celebration of Safe Communities event in the charter school at Waterstone. This event was held to educate the Malibu Bay and Waterstone residents on community and home safety techniques and practices. Tonight, I would like to show my appreciation for all your hard work, and not only making this event a huge success, but also for all your hard work and bridging the gap between the Homestead Police Department and the communities they serve. I had to read that, but let me just speak from my heart. Listen, quality of life is the most important thing that we want in our communities, and we know that we want all communities to be safe, and it takes an effort from this community to come together, working with our police, which is there are police community resource officers with the communities, and bringing all these resources together to help fortify this community, to help strengthen, to help educate them so they could better secure their homes, their areas. We were able to receive free fire extinguishers, excuse me. You don't want a hydrant in your house. Well, I might want one. But let me read what the certificate reads. It reads, in grateful recognition of your outstanding and enthusiastic efforts towards the success of the first Celebrating Safe Community event, your hard work and dedication are a product of your desire for all of Homestead families to feel safe within their communities. There's no higher calling or duty than ensure the safety of others. And it's presented this day, the 22nd of October, by myself, Mayor Jeff Porter, Vice Mayor Stephen Shelley, and all of council. Major Kennedy. Anyone want to say a few words? Come on, Major. Say a few words here.
I'd like to thank Councilman Maldonado for recognizing us. Really, truly, the credit really goes to the two people standing behind me, Officer Barker and Officer Tate. They really did a really good job putting this together. I also like to thank the mayor and council for supporting this, especially Councilman Maldonado, who sat in some very grueling meetings with us in the planning and organization of this. And also, I don't want to leave out our chief of police, who's given us the direction and the initiative to go out there and do these programs. So thank you very much.
That was a great success. I know we'll have a write-up on our Facebook page and the Homestead City website. You'll see some of the pictures and what went on over there was a great event. So once again, thank you to all those who made this effort possible. I'm also honored to have two presentations in honor of Hispanic Heritage Month. First, I would like to call up the students of Miami-Dade College Homestead campus who will be doing a Spanish folk dance. They're going to join us in the front. Now, I wanted to say, they asked me to dance this, but I had a bad knee, so I got them to replace me instead, so. That was excellent. Thank you very much. Again, they're from Miami-Dade Homestead campus. Please give them another round of applause. Second, I would like to now bring up Professor Vita. I'm not going to say Uniciet, right? Come on up. He's also from Miami. He's a professor at Miami-Dade Homestead campus. He's a Cuban American and is well known as the human calculator from his Guinness World Record on calendar dates. In fact, he currently holds 3 world records for calendar calculations. Professor, thank you for coming up here, please.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much for inviting me here. It's my pleasure to be here with you. So let me explain a little bit about that record, because it's kind of, maybe it's intriguing you. Okay, what is that about, all right? So I have a Guinness World Record. I'm very proud to say that I have a Guinness World Record doing math, okay? So, for example, we can do like a quick demonstration here. Maybe, I don't know, if someone knows maybe the day of the week that you were born, maybe someone can ask me any date, I don't know. Someone particular, any date? May 24th, 1973, right? For example, May 24th, 1973, that was a Thursday, okay? And this year, as you remember, it was a Saturday, right? So I have a Guinness World Record doing that. So right now, I'm proud to say that I'm the fastest man in the world. Maybe not in a few years, but right now I am. I'm working hard on that. Doing the calendar dates. That's what we call the calendar dates. That's why I've been called the human calendar, because I can tell the day of the week for any date. And I'm a proud professor of Miami-Dade College, Homestead campus. And I always try to inspire my students of how to do mental math. You know, how, I don't know, why don't we try it again? Please, another date, please. Someone wants to know? Christmas 1965, that was a Saturday, right? So, yeah. 20th, 1979? Okay, that was a Friday. This year was a Sunday. Christmas this year is going to be a Thursday. So maybe you're wondering, okay, how he's doing that? So because you're thinking, oh, he's guessing. He just know all the days by heart. The answer, for me, I think it's a blessed. The answer is no. It's not that I know all the dates. What I do is called math. For example, when you were asking me April 20th, 1979, right? What I did in my head was the following: 79 plus 20, because that's the number of leap days, would be 99, plus 1 more, because 20 centuries old is 1 more, will be 100, plus 20 will be 120, plus 4 will be 124. When you divide 124 by 7, the remainder is 5. And that's why it was a Friday. If the remainder is 0, it's a Sunday. If the remainder is 1, it's a Monday. Tuesday, it's a 2, you know, etc., etc. So I know it takes more time to explain than to do. So it's my pleasure to be here one more time. I hope you enjoy your evening. And if you want to know any date, please do not hesitate to tell me.
Thank you. Thank you for coming. Again, he's over at our Homestead campus. We have great people in our community working here. Thank you for these presentations.
Thank you, Mr. Maldonado. Vice Mayor is going to finish up his presentation and have Ms. Waldman step forward.
Thank you, Mayor. My second presentation tonight, I have, it relates to the new trolley launch. The trolley is starting up again November 22nd, so we happen to win some awards, which makes a great segue here to talk about the awards and also let everyone know that we have the new trolley program kicking off again November 22nd, and it'll run through the end of April. And as you know, about a year ago, we started this trolley program. We all got together, we came up with this idea. It was a great way to get our people to the parks and to educate people about the parks and generate some economic for our downtown historic Homestead area. we had the great idea, but then the question was, how do we let people know about it? You know, you can have a great idea, but if no one knows to get on the trolley, no one knows where they can go, it doesn't do a lot of good. So our committee that was working on putting the project together, also under the leadership of Begonia Gonzalez and Kyla from Multimedia Marketing Associates, we put together a marketing plan to get the information out there to let everybody know about this new service and where it was going to go and how you could catch that trolley. And part of that, we produced this brochure. This is one of the brochures that we have that talks about the what you can do, where you can go, and how to get on the trolley when it runs. Beautiful brochure. And they submitted it for a competition, and we won 4 awards, 3 first-place awards and 1 third-place award. This is a national competition. Other cities from throughout the United States have competed, and we got 3 first-place awards and 1 fourth. Now, this shouldn't be a surprise because Begonia and Kyla have also won awards prior. They won a first-place award for the Homestead in an Now brochure as well as the Parks and Recreation brochure here recently. So today I want to kind of bring everybody up that participated and give them a certificate of recognition for their hard work on putting together this marketing plan. First, I'll name the awards. That was for community visioning, a first place in most innovative, and first place in graphic design art, third place in excellence in marketing and tools. I'll read somewhat what the judges had to say about each. Community visioning. This is a fantastic program that exemplifies the use of partnerships, creative outside-the-box visioning, and the ability to successfully meet goals and objectives through a communications outreach and marketing plan. Great project and great work. Graphic design. Merging the look and logos of 2 different governmental entities to launch a new trolley service could easily have gone off track. Homestead successfully navigated this potential jurisdictional hazard, blending together colors, graphics, and typefaces into eye-catching promotional and instructional materials that were appropriate to the project and help the reader digest the information. And that related a lot to the gateway design. You know, we had the logo, the gateway to Everglades and Biscayne National Parks, and that kind of related to that design of that logo. And most innovative, very successful campaign, excellent support materials, partnerships, showed true measurable results, shows economic development. And then lastly, for the third place in marketing and tools, great opportunity to showcase key destination points and use transportation to effectively tie elements together. Great initiative to bring tourists to the historic downtown. And so with that, I'm going to read one of the certificates and then ask as I read your name to come on up and receive that certificate. And the certificate of recognition reads, for your contribution to the creative and innovative design of the Homestead National Parks trolley brochure, which resulted in the receipt of 4 Savvy Awards from the prestigious City, County Communications and Marketing Association, 3 first-place awards in the categories of community visioning, most innovative, and graphic design art, and 1 third-place award in excellence in marketing and tools. This award-winning publication was a collaborative effort between dedicated leaders from the National Parks Conservation Association, Everglades and Biscayne National Parks, Multimedia Marketing Associates, and the City of Homestead. The City of Homestead recognizes and appreciates your efforts to promote the gateway to the Everglades and Biscayne National Parks and for being chosen over the hundreds of competitors who received these esteemed national honors. The first certificate of recognition goes to Rick Amarato, who is now our new Assistant City Manager. Gary Bremen from Biscayne National Park. Begonia Gonzalez, our PIO, whose leadership kind of helped put this all together. Denise Radijak from Biscayne National Park. She was also one of the interpreters on the trolley each year. Multimedia Marketing Associates. Kayla. And if you think this trolley brochure was good, you should see this year's. We've been working on this year's for the launch this year. And after looking at this year's versus last year's, I can tell you the new year's is even better than the last one. So make sure to pick up your trolley brochure.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. Ms. Wallman?
Sorry. I'd like to call forward Robert and Gypsy, son and daughter of our beloved Eliza Perry. Mayor Porter, I'd like to ask you to come down and join me. Hi. Thank you so much. Sorry about the light there. I hope you can see all right. Oh, you're so welcome. I've asked Mayor Porter to join me tonight. On July 7, 2014, our dear friend and community leader, Eliza Perry, passed away. Eliza Perry served as a Homestead Councilwoman for 12 years from 1989 to 2001. I was elected to council in 2001 when her term ended, but I supported her for all those years before. She was my sister in ABWA, dear friend, so this means as much to me as I'm sure to the mayor that we can honor her tonight. Councilwoman Perry's profession was a nurse business owner. She had Perry Healthcare Services, providing home health care services. Her greatest desire was to care for people in her community, which she did. After Hurricane Andrew, she was devoted to bringing the victims and the city's rebuilding to fruition. I mean, it took forever just to get the place cleaned up, and she was there step by step. She dedicated herself to the children and to the youth of the community, and she served on many boards. She received numerous honors, including Woman of the Year for American Businesswomen and Homestead and Business and Professional Women, and American Cancer Society, excuse me, and Top 25 Newsmakers of the Year, Engineering News Record in 1996. She was a beautiful woman inside and out, and I'm blessed to have called her my friend. And at this time, we'd like to present you with a proclamation. Mayor, would you like to read it? Oh, well, why don't you hold it? Eliza Perry made her home in the city of Homestead for over 25 years, and whereas Eliza Perry earned a nursing degree at Miami-Dade College, as well as a Bachelor of Science in Nursing at FIU, and was a registered professional nurse, owning her own healthcare service business. Whereas from 1977 to 1986, Eliza Perry was the charge nurse in the ER, house supervisor, coordinator of critical care services, and head nurse in intensive care and cardiac care units at James Archer Smith Hospital. And whereas, beginning in 1984, Eliza served many positions for the American Cancer Society, including South Aid Unit President. Eliza began her 12-year service of the city in Homestead as councilwoman in 1989. During her final term in council, Eliza served alongside Mayor Roscoe Warren, Vice Mayor Nick Sancour, Councilman Eddie Barones, Sean Fletcher, Mayor Jeff Porter, not mayor at the time, but Mayor Jeff Porter, and Councilwoman Cheryl Sweeney. Eliza served many organizations, such as I had mentioned before. Eliza displayed her commitment to Homestead as she helped many of the victims from Hurricane Andrew. She was a member of the We Will Rebuild Health Committee, Interfaith Coalition for Andrew Recovery Effort, and the chairperson of the Board of Directors for the Homestead Habitat for Humanity Project, earning her the prestigious Engineering News Record McGraw-Hill Award, which is given to the top 25 newsmakers of the year. Eliza dedicated her duties as councilwoman to building bridges between the city of Homestead and the community to ensure the successful future that we have today. So with that being said, thank you so much for coming tonight. We're so sorry for your loss. She will be certainly missed in our community. And Mayor, would you like to say a few words?
Said it all. She's a great lady. We'll miss her.
Would you like to get a picture? so we can put it in our history. Please remember the family in your prayers, as those of you who remember Eliza know how dedicated she was to our community for many, many years. Okay, after that, I'd like to introduce and invite Chuck and Amelia to come forward. I'm not sure where to begin with Chuck and Amelia Galitza. They've been my friends for as long as I think you've been at Homestead. Is that pretty much right? 2000, yeah, 2000. And they're two of the finest people you'll ever want to meet in your life. I have some statistics I want to just tell you about. Chuck and his brother Sal are co-owners in Alton Madison Property Management, correct? Yes. And they've been doing that for a very long time. But what makes them the happiest is to put a smile on a child's face. And that's what they've done. Many times. On October 1st, Charles was inducted as the governor of the Florida District of Kiwanis International, making Amelia the first Latin American First Lady in the district's 79th history. Is that correct? What is it? 97th. Okay, I had it reversed here. With just over a month in her role, she's already prepared and published a hardcover manual on spouses, partners, for lieutenant governors, training guide in the Kiwanis, Florida district. Is that the correct title? Okay. That's amazing. It takes people years to put together a manual and a book. In September, Amelia participated in a Kiwanis International delegation with United National UNICEF in Indonesia that directly vaccinates mothers to prevent them from getting maternal neonatal tetanus disease, which causes nearly 60,000 infant deaths a year. Through her combined efforts, they have raised about $2.5 million for Kiwanis groups in the district since 2011. And that's just amazing. And I remember when you started this journey, and I had the opportunity to meet a family. They actually hosted a family in their home for I don't know how long as she got better. Since 2012, with assistance from Homestead and Upper Keys Kiwanis, and most recently U.S. Special Operations Command, SOC South, they have brought the Christmas spirit to the Campbell Drive K-8 Center children. The man, I'm not going to say who he is at Christmas time, but everybody knows that Santa visits every single child in Homestead at Christmas. And I believe they have a little part in that. They certainly dedicate their lives to making children happy. So with that being said, I just wanted to do something special for you tonight. I created the Kindness Awards in 2002 after the 10 or 11 years since Hurricane Andrew. Excuse me. I don't give them out very often. It's rare that I give them. But tonight, I couldn't think of any two people who certainly deserve a Kindness Award. These awards are given to people who do random act of kindness, who just go beyond and above, who reach out, they touch people's hearts, and I just can't tell you how many hearts they have touched. So I'd like for you to take the microphone for a second, Chuck or Amelia.
Judy, thank you, and thank you everyone for your support The only thing I will say is if you have not gotten involved in a civic organization in our city, please do so, whether it be Rotary, Civitan, Lions, Women's Club, Junior Women's Club, any of them. I am very partial to Kiwanis, but that does not mean a thing because every civic organization in this city, in our Florida, in the entire state of Florida, in the world, do wonders for our kids, for our families, or for our community. So please just get simply involved. Thank you.
These are bigger than I am. So, tonight, I'd like to present to each of you the Act of Kindness Award, and this certificate goes to Amelia, and both of them say the same thing, but has been caught repeatedly performing acts of kindness with selflessness and compassion. If given the chance, she will be kind to you, as she's kind to everyone. This is for Amelia. And this is for Chuck. And I also have some other goodies. I designed a logo. So each one of you have a t-shirt and a hat that says that you are a Kindness Award winner. Not very many people have these. And there's a little Starbucks card and a kindness card in there that I partner with Channel 4. And they're little cards that are made by children. And you just pass it on as an act of, random act of kindness. They just told me they're going to visit over 8,000 kids in December. So, as I said, they certainly deserve the Kindness Award. Thank you. Thank you, Mayor.
All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen. At this time, we're going to adjourn the presentation ceremony and give us about 5 minutes or so, and we'll go directly into the council meeting. Thank you.